Hello, English 110. Welcome to week 2 in your online English class. I know that some of you had a really good week. You figured out how to access MindTap. You figured out how to navigate the discussion board. You were able to submit a writing sample. You introduced yourself. So those are the major things I wanted you to be able to do last week. And let's just refresh for those that haven't quite gotten there yet. You were to take the Blackboard quiz and overview Blackboard materials to make sure you know how to move through the course shell. You were supposed to purchase both books. One is an electronic handbook that you receive an access code for that you can purchase through the bookstore or directly through Cengage Learning. There's a link to Cengage Learning and MindTap in Learning Module 1 and now again in Learning Module 2. So we'll talk about that in a minute. You were also supposed to introduce yourself and ask questions you had about the syllabus. That was through the discussion board. You were then also supposed to do the reading assignments in your purchase text and post a response on the discussion board. At this point, you don't have to respond to any peers, but I encourage you to take a look at other peer responses and they will help you navigate the reading, and you can see all of the introductions right there on the discussion board so you can get to know who's in our class. And the last thing I had you do last week was submit your first writing sample, where I asked you about your research and writing process. It's a great place for me to start so that I know what your past experiences are like and also to get a sense of your writing. Now I have to start the week out by saying I hope it's just difficulty navigating the course. Probably only 3/4 of you got all the way. And I understand the reading assignment. That's one thing because people are trying to figure out how to buy the book and the access code, and there was some problems there. So I'm not talking about the discussion board with the reading response, but only about 3/4 of the class completed the introduction and completed the writing sample. So it's really important that you be in touch with me about why you weren't able to get to some of those assignments. Remember, assignments are due by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday night. And I know the Patriots were on last night. I do know that. And I know it was a heartbreaking loss for Patriots fans out there. However, a point I want to make really early in the class is it is just not good course management to wait till Sunday to complete your assignments. And I know what it's like. Believe me, I have the chronic condition as well that's called procrastination. And an online English class, it's probably the last thing you want to do with your week. But it's really important because you're not probably going to have access to me on Sundays or in and out access to me or technical support, that you look at assignments before the weekend. And even better than that, that you look at assignments early in the week so that you can plan your week out. You know how long these things are going to take you. If you hit an obstacle, you can contact me still. We can work it out. Waiting till Saturday or Sunday of the weekend to just begin to look at the course or just to start some of the major assignments just doesn't leave you enough time if you hit an obstacle or things get in the way or the Patriots lose, that type of thing. So I really want you to get in the habit of at least knowing you can manage the course before we go into the weekend. And believe me, you should be looking at the course on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. But by Friday, you should have a really good idea what you need to do going into the weekend. So please be in touch with me if you did not submit assignments this Sunday that were due, because I really do need to know what's going on and make sure you know how to use the course. Okay. So moving on, what we will be doing this week in the class in Module 2 is we're going to look back and make sure you know how to use MindTap and how to just navigate through the class. So keep asking me questions. I posted a Q&A of all the questions you asked on the discussion board. I created a thread in Module 1, Forum 1, that has me video answering those questions. And I know that wasn't all the questions you have, but it's a good start. So please view that video if you haven't had a chance to do that yet. It answers some of the core questions of the class. So we're going to make sure everybody knows what they're doing, and then our assignments for the course center around you understanding the semester-long research project that we are about to partake in. So we've realized in English 110, one thing that we were not doing by the end of the class was making sure that students had adequate research skills and taking those research skills to make an informed, persuasive essay. Many of us were waiting to the last unit to teach the research paper, and because it's such a multifaceted skill, it's impossible to teach that in 6 weeks. We really need the whole term to teach you research skills and to take those research skills and put them into a final, finished, persuasive research topic paper. So as you know, the cornerstone of the class is the 10 to 12 page persuasive contemporary research paper using correct MLA with a works cited of 7 or more sources that are cited in the body of the essay. So by persuasive, we mean that you will present an argument that you will defend in the paper. So this is not an informational research paper. You're not just giving us a book report on Egypt or on space or whatnot. You're actually taking a controversial topic, something that has conflict. So we're looking for topics where 2 or more sides are arguing over this. And what we found is really important for our students is what you've heard over and over again, which is critical thinking skills. So many of you are really good at identifying conflicts in the world, problems, right? This research paper, though, asks you to move beyond that. We want you to look at a conflict, examine it, see what both sides are saying, and then by the end of this class, you're actually going to present a solution to the conflict. So we spend a lot of time spinning our wheels and saying, well, there's nothing we can do, we can't compromise, the 2 sides can't see eye to eye. Well, this class challenges you to help your sides, whatever conflict you choose, see eye to eye. So this week we're going to be exploring what research topic you might want to examine for the class. And I know it sounds like I have to look at one topic the entire class. How am I supposed to do that? Well, you'll be interested to find that your topics are probably a lot bigger than you think that they are. And there's a lot more research out there than you expect. And so we spend the semester getting information, looking at both sides, weighing consequences, and presenting a compromise or solution. And that process really does take the 15 weeks we spend on it. And what's nice is that we're writing the research paper along the way. So you'll see in a couple of the course documents I'm asking you to view in Module 2, the semester overview of the research and composition process. You'll see that we're writing 4 short essays, 3.5 to 4 pages, that end up being the foundation of your research paper. So you're actually writing your research paper along the way. And by the end, we just thread those pieces together to make your final product. So what's great about that is that when we're in week 12 and 13, we actually have a workable draft of your research paper already. In week 14, when everyone's usually freaking out because they have a 10 to 12 page research paper due, we are just revising and transitioning the pieces together. So your 4 short essays will make up your research paper. That will make more sense as we go along, but we will be writing a research paper along the way. And that is the bulk of the class, is we will be doing research, writing a draft, revising a draft, moving on to the next section, and then taking all of those pieces, those 4 short essays, and combining them to make your final research paper. So I think it's a good process, and we found that as we've started to do this for the last 2 years in English 110 at MCC, students are creating much better quality documents. And that's what we want to see. We want to see by the end of this class, you really do know how to go out and thoroughly research a topic, present a persuasive research paper about it, using correct MLA, and that you're proficient in that. And so we're going to spend the whole semester doing that so that you are proficient when you move on from this class into other classes. So this week we are doing a topic exploration. So I ask that you do some reading in MindTap in the Craft of Research. So you'll have a discussion board response to that. You will then write, after reviewing some documents, about our research theme and about how we're going to use your topic throughout the semester. You're going to do a quick writing exercise in which it gets you thinking about your topic. And then you're going to post the topic to the discussion board so other people can see it by the end of this week. Okay? Next week, we fully move into writing the first section of your research paper, which is the informational section, where you really solidify a topic and we start doing some exploratory research on it. But for now, I just want you to get used to using the tools that are available in the class. and not be too overwhelmed with a lot of assignments. So we have reading, we have writing again, and we have discussion board. The other thing I'm introducing this week is a software product called Jing. It's free software, and I do a couple of walkthroughs using it. And basically what it is it takes a screenshot of our class, and I'm able to put audio on top of it so I can walk you through certain things. And I find it a really great piece of software when I need to explain something and be looking at the document with you at the same time. So we'll be using that for me to give feedback on all of your essays. It's really easy to use Jing. You just click on the document in which I recorded it, and the very first one is in Learning Module 2. It says Jing Walkthrough of MindTap. You click right on there, and they're going to prompt you to create a free account for Jing. And it's as easy as putting in your student email address and creating a password. You can even, if you want to, oh no, never mind. I was going to say use the email address for art. That's the one I used. But so anyways, you just create a free account. It doesn't ask you to do much of anything else. And then you're able to listen to all of my audios. So I want to make sure you do that. And if that's confusing to you, let me know. Okay? So feel free to call me, email me, stop by my office if you're on campus. I'm in 122. And just make sure I don't want to lose students because you got confused on how to navigate Blackboard. We will work through that, but you have to ask me the questions. And you have to let me know if things are going to be late. Okay? So have a great week starting to navigate Module 2, and please let me know what assistance you might need. Okay? Sorry about the Patriots. All right, have a great week.